This is my first video, and I want to start off by saying thank you to the man who inspired it, and that's Charlie Kirk. I wasn't a huge follower of Charlie's. I've watched enough of his videos to know that I was always impressed with the ones that I did watch. I was always impressed with how he worked his faith into what was more of a political platform. Uh, Guy with great answers, very articulate, very smooth, very knowledgeable, and with him gone, I know there's a lot of people that are going to be inspired by him to create channels, whether they be political, whether they be like this one, more faith-based channel, and I just think that Charlie was one of the best representatives of Christ that I have seen in my lifetime on this earth. One of the best, if not the best. He just did such a splendid job. He did it with kindness and wisdom, and I don't expect to be able to meet those standards, but I do want to put myself out there and try to provide something, some content that hopefully will bless someone. Really, what kind of pushed me over the edge was Charlie's memorial. I remember watching that, and I watched probably an hour of it, I guess. And one of the things that they quoted was the prophet Isaiah. In Hebrew, it's Hanani Shalekni, which is, "Here I am, send me." And he's talking to God, and I'm thinking, that sounds really good, but how do I say that? Do I want that? I want that. I want to be the person that says that, but do I want to have to bear the weight of following up on that? And I really don't. I thought about doing a YouTube or a Rumble channel for some time now, and I've kind of gone back and forth, and I asked God for a sign that a yes or a no, either way. And so as I'm watching this, I'm kind of thinking about that. And he's talking, or the speakers are talking about carrying on and inspiring others and trying to basically carry the torch. And, that takes effort. It takes, like I said, putting yourself out there, something I'm not terribly comfortable with. And I realized that, well, one other thing Charlie said that was kind of convicting is, or he was quoted as saying, is that courage is a choice. And maybe that's true. Maybe it is true. And maybe it's time for me to take the choice to take the next step. But I'm listening to this and hearing that quote from Isaiah and thinking I'm not like Isaiah. I'm like Jonah. I, you know, I don't want to go to Nineveh. I want to get on the boat and just get out of here. But I want to try to be a little more like Isaiah, and we'll see where this goes. I don't plan on doing any promoting this in any way. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not going to tell anybody. And if I get a dozen views, maybe that's what I get. And if I get a dozen subscribers, well, that's probably about 11 more than I expect. But it'll be what it'll be, and I hope that I can provide something that blesses someone in some way that either encourages them to to stay strong in their faith, or maybe it is something that helps sort of push them towards the truth of the Bible. Um, I am a person who believes the Bible is mostly literally true, and I know the world mocks that and thinks it's crazy. And sometimes I have to ask myself, am I crazy? And I keep going back to the facts and realizing that no, all the evidence, it indicates that the Bible is true. And it's hard to imagine, but that is the case. And And I'll be talking about some of that as we go along. In any case, that's what I wanted to say for right now. I hope you'll join me. You may be the only one ever to see this video, and if that's how God wants it to be, so be it. But I hope that I can spread the gospel and spread the all the great stuff, and not just the New Testament, but the Old Testament as well. And I hope I can be a blessing to someone. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for staying with me. I hope you'll join me in some future ones. Until then, I hope you have a great week, and God bless you.